All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. It is officially, I think I said September 1st. Crap, it's the 2nd, isn't it? Yeah. Can you edit that name? I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I can. I got you.
But it's September. Welcome. Look at Tuohey's background, everybody. Let me look at this.
It's not even a Zoom background, guys. That's the crazy part.
He's just literally in the middle of nowhere.
Literally in the middle of the mountains. Yeah. Go Wyoming.
Crazy. I see Derek is ready for September.
I saw that. I love that.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Look, I'm feeling good about September. I'm not going to lie, because waking up this morning, there's a lot more day one gappers than I think we had maybe in any other day in August. So at one point, there was like 5 stocks up over 70%. I still think there's 3. So pretty good sign for the potential market here in September. With that said, let me start with some big announcements today. Trump is speaking at 2 p.m. Again, we don't really know about what, but keep that in mind. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time. Last time he did this, he just talked about the FIFA World Cup, so it could be absolutely nothing. But I know a lot of his people were talking about housing over the weekend. So that's why I got Fannie Mae here. Fannie Mae could be a really good breakout if he does talk about housing news. So watch this one. Again, we're not going to be live when this trade happens, but come 2 p.m., if that's what he's talking about, I would expect a pretty good trade on Fannie Mae. So keep that in mind. Other news, the SPY, for whatever reason, is gapping down a ton, so scaring a lot of people. September is usually a really rough month historically for the S&P 500. Doesn't really matter so much for us in small caps unless the SPY like literally falls off a cliff. I don't foresee that happening, but you never know. So just keeping that in mind. But let's get to today's trades here. I'll start UUU. This one has very similar news, another special dividend. Very similar news to SOGP last week. And if you remember, SOGP last week went on a crazy run. And, would it go from 4 to 16? Absolutely monster move. Honestly, this one is potentially setting up for a 3rd-day surge. But my approach today is to kind of focus on these day one gappers and see what there is. But SOGP definitely got some potential. UU as well. It's holding up pretty good. The gap's decent. Float's small. It's an American company. There's not really any dilution. So there's a lot of reasons for this one to potentially run. So I want to see which support levels it holds out of the gates. Whether, the main one I'd be watching, I think, is this 550. So we're going to have to see if this can give us that standard dip and rip that we're typically looking for. CARM is the main gapper of the day. And technically, it started Friday here after hours. It is up 160%. Sub-dollar stock. This one could get pretty freaky because it's such a big gap. The halt levels are going to be pretty tight on this one. And it's trading great volume already. So I think for me, more than anything, I'm not really so much looking for a dip as I'd be watching the 60-cent level. If we get and break over that 60 cents, I think we blow through Friday's resistance, and we could definitely see a really strong spike. So out of all of them, I'd say CARM's likely my top watch there because it's just got a very clean level there at 60 cents. Other gappers, HWH, I believe this is a Chinese company. Again, the gap started Friday after hours. But so far, we're pretty much just in a downtrend. Not like uber excited to push the pedal to the metal, but one that I want to keep my eye on. SHFS, similar notes there too. Really strong move on the news as to cannabis. Cannabis sector has slowly been heating up, but we pretty much downtrended the last hour. So I kind of want to see, can we get over, first of all, this $4 level, and then obviously 450 is really the level that I'm going to be watching the most closely. SSKN, another day one gapper. They've got some news, something laser, some biotech. Again, low float, trading great volume. Looking at the daily chart here, really the only level on it at all is $3. It's never really run in the past, so kind of a strike against it. Former runners tend to run better. Same breath hasn't really failed in the past. But looking at the last 5 days, it does feel like, I don't know, someone knew about it. It feels like they were like accumulating shares because it was just popping randomly the last couple of days. And then finally the news came out today. So we'll see. Similar notes on HWH and SHFS, right? Trading's about waiting, right? We've got a lot of potentials. I'm really just waiting to see which one is setting up the best. and then I'll place that trade. And then the last one, the newest one is ASNS. The news just came out at 9 Eastern. It's news with the FAA. It's a small deal. I think it's 500,000. But again, it's a pretty small company. So this one's got the chart, in my opinion, where it definitely could run. I think SSR is on the stock. Yeah, exactly. Big day a couple days ago where they pushed it red. This is one, this day right here. But we're blowing through all that volume. This is definitely a strong one. So I'd probably say second top watch for me would be this ASNS, number one being CARM. That's what I got, folks.
I like it.
So Lynn says, how many do you have in your watch list? You're pretty much looking at the watches. Every stock I just went over, those are the stocks I'm watching. It really depends on how busy the day is. Like I said, today feels like a busier day than we've had pretty much all of August. I'm expecting probably half these stocks to do nothing. That's just trading for you. And then one or two are going to be potentially good setups out there. So someone says nuke. This one, I think small gap. But again, if you zoom out like 10 days, it's just they had this monster day where it halted up and then got crushed. So I think it could pop. But again, I still have this glass wall. I think we talked about it Friday where sure, it might run to 6 or 7, but you're fighting an uphill battle. It feels 50-50 to me. That's what I got.
Yeah, I'm with you on nuke. Not my favorite. I know. Wick Tickler's the man. Wick Tickler said, sorry I'm a little late. Wife and I arguing this morning because I was trying to Venmo our couples therapy copay with Chuck E. Cheese tokens. I don't get it.
If you have not been a longtime viewer, the Wick Tickler says he's in couples therapy because he talks about our morning stream too much with his wife.
Derek just bought a third monitor just so I could see full screen Matt's face.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I'll shave for you tomorrow. And that will be looking good.
Matt doesn't even shave for me.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy says Tim Bone likes SSKN. Yeah, I mean, I do too. Out of all those I just went over, again, there's going to be one or two that spike. Our job is to pretty much try to figure out which ones are the ones that are going to spike, which ones are the ones that are going to die, because there's a lot of potential. Can't trade them all. I don't want to trade them all. I just want to figure out which one's going to be the best. I do think CARM for me is that one, but we'll see. Got a couple minutes here till open.
Yes, we do.
And I'm just going to double check everything, make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah. And obviously today we're going to be a little shorter than usual. Pretty much we're going to be live for trading for 30 minutes or so till about 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll talk about Trade Funder there at the end. That's what that link is in case you're new. And if you saw the description, Trade Funder allows you to get a funded trading account, which allows you to jumpstart your trading, or as I like to say, pour gasoline on the fire, because one of the biggest problems traders have, especially when they first get started, is just not having enough capital. If you don't have enough capital, you have to deal with the pattern day trader rule. You also, as you know, can't have big wins. Obviously, with more capital, yes, bigger losses open the door, but Trade Funder helps you with that. They've got risk management. They help you get a bigger account. It's a fantastic opportunity. We talk about it every day. So if you haven't done so, go click the link and review it. I know a bunch of you use those Trade Funder accounts, which is great. And yeah, that's what I got to say. Bryce, where are you at? Somewhere in Wyoming. Oh, he left. Literally left. Look at this view. I think he's somewhere in Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere. But he's got Starlink, so that's how he's joining us. That was Bryce's dream, was to just travel around in his little box truck and trade from anywhere, and he did it. So shout out to him.
Yes, I'm in Wyoming. Box truck right here. And we are just out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty cool.
Oh, it is cool. All right. We've got 30 seconds or so.
Okay, there we go.
And let's see.
Yeah, let's see what the market gives us today. CARM dipping a little bit here. Not that bad though.
bring the gong with you, Bryce?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh.
I'll have to emulate it. I'll go bung. Wow, I was right on time with the market opening. All right. Well, right now it's a patience game for a couple of minutes here out of the gates.
Yeah, you already a little dip and rip there.
Yeah, a little bit of a dip, trying to pop back up. Carm, just a little bit of a dip. I almost wouldn't even call it a dip yet, though. Just touching VWAP there. Carm, by the way, I don't know if you talked about it. I feel like Carm does have a little bit of a glass wall, but probably closer to like 80 cents. Still quite a ways away. So, and this is from 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So, I'm not super concerned about that out of the gates here if we can set up properly. We got ASNS popping through pre-market highs.
You like I said, solid dip and rip there for sure. SSKN, nice little pop as well.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not really loving the price action on UUU right now. It's a little bit wiki for me. Get wiki with it. ASNS not really able to hold that pre-market high break so far. We'll see if that can change. Carm is setting up, relatively speaking, in a pretty tight range for such a cheap stock. I do appreciate that. I'll be eyeing that pre-market, or that that high day break here on 54.5. There it is.
Nuke taking off. It's a little pop. Like you said, this one, it just feels 50-50 because I know there's all this resistance back here. And why fight that?
Not that this is an actual real watch of any sorts right now, but Open really trying to defend that $4 level, bouncing off quite hard. I know Matt and I were chatting about it. Open probably getting towards the point where we're no longer going to be talking about it all that much. Here in the near future, it looks like we're starting to look towards more of a breakdown than we are a breakout, which is unfortunate. That was a great trader.
Yeah, unless it saves today, but obviously the SPY's pretty weak.
Yeah.
UUU, I think, setting up the best currently here.
Be inclined to agree. I don't like those wicks. The wick tickler might. Calm, unfortunate. High day break, straight to a low day break. That's generally not a great sign, but again, given the fact that this is the gapper that is really up the most today, I'm hoping it can try to save itself, but it looks like it might be a little bit more complicated of a trade now. ASNS curling quite nicely.
Yeah, that's a solid hold there. This one had the news come out the latest, so
that can kind of go either way, where it doesn't really give enough time for like meaningful support and resistance to form if it's not great news. But if the news does hold, it can have a lot of people that miss that news initially, and so they end up chasing it after they kind of see it on their radar. Just really depends on how the market reacts to the news.
Yeah. You still holding. I agree with Bryce. The price action is a little weird, but holding up.
No, it definitely is. Like, I would agree with what you were saying earlier. It's the best looking one. It's just weird. The candles just move weird, but I mean, that's not a reason to not take the trade. The way that Carm is failing to break down definitely leads me to believe they're going to try to hold this up for another run. Ooh, you. I like that.
Yeah, I'd be watching over the 606 area there.
Yeah, yep.
SOGP a little pop as well.
You going for that high day break. Really struggling up here right now, though. Yeah.
Yeah, just odd price action. But I'm going to wait and see. That's my top trade at the moment still, to see if we can get over those highs.
Yeah, a little disappointed. ASNS, that felt pretty weak. Tried to go back and curl into that high day area and just slammed into to a new low. Couldn't even break the high like Carm did. I'm liking Carm more and more, holding the 50 cent level. Just gonna, it's a patience game right now. I don't like getting too aggressive too early.
Yeah, SOGP definitely could become a trade pretty quick, I think. It popped, clearly didn't want to die. The volume is not the best, but it ain't horrible. Let's see if we can go sideways and break over the 1430 high there. Would be pretty nice in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that is holding up decent here, isn't it? It's the first time I've looked at that trade today, but I'm not disliking it.
You looks like it wants to break those lows.
Yep. Anything fun on scanner that I haven't seen yet?
I don't think so. Open just is an impressive hold, though. Flush down below all support from the last several days. And
you know what else was impressive that I underestimated was Nuke. Not bad.
Yeah, straight up. Again, I probably that's the top, or pretty close to it, at least I'd say.
Yeah.
You're running into all this resistance, but they're doing what they can to pump that thing. You failed to break down, which is interesting. Very interesting. I agree. So it feels trappy. 610 or so.
Oh, Carm. Well, I could dream. I did dream.
Sometimes you gotta believe in something, Bryce,
Yeah. No, sometimes you don't need to believe in it, I think is what Karma's trying to tell me. It's like, hey, listen, every now and then it's okay if you don't give me love. Just accept my fate.
I like you though. Come on. 610. Out all the others, Nuke is solid. Again, SOGP, if we give it a little time here, of those highs could be interesting. You fighting for its life, but just can't get above 6, and then 610.
ASNS, stand near view app.
If I trade you, will my risk be 550? Likely. At least when I start, I think I got to risk this last wick low, which is like 553. Hopefully it sets up a little better so I can get a little tighter risk, but you just gotta, whatever the market gives us here.
It'd be cool for someone to invent
Tell
trading gloves. Like driving gloves, but for trading. When you're at your computer, I don't know. Something to feel a little fancy. You like it?
It's a very Bryce thing to say.
I could see that being classy.
We got LAR and CWD.
Yeah, I saw LAWR. That was CWD's back. Kind of.
It's halted up.
Yeah.
LAR is interesting though.
LAR that's an IPO.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't hate that. That could be fun.
Pretty good trap there on SOGP. If it goes straight through highs, I'm going to miss it. But oh, there's you dying. Yeah, I never even took a trade on it. Is what it is. ASNS is trying to dip and rip as we speak.
Yep, I like that. Lauer, we'll see if we can get a hold here, trying to just dipped under VWAP, trying to recover.
Yeah, and the ones that go straight up, just gotta
really be patient.
Yeah, just a little time is needed.
Okay, Shog P trying to consolidate up here a little bit at least. Same with Nuke, but again, I think like Matt said, I think we're probably pretty close to the top on Nuke. But I've seen crazier things.
I like the Shog P consolidation. HWHs as well, but again, this is one too. It just, you're fighting a tough battle because you got all this crap you got to deal with. I think at the moment, ASNS and SOGP are my top two.
Unfortunately, ASNS is we're just at VWAP. Anything, I don't know. It's like not really as strong as I would hope for it right here, but again, it's not breaking down as much as I would expect a failed runner to do either. So in a 50-50 territory, I think it needs to set up a slightly cleaner trend over VWAP or at VWAP, I guess.
How much we got here? 20 seconds. CWD.
Was that halted?
Yeah.
Lauer's starting to look pretty nice.
ASNS as well.
Yeah, ASN. That's a much nicer look. Especially at a little fake breakdown there of the uptrend. It's very clean.
SOGP is consolidating.
Oof, Lauer. Well, I thought it was looking nice. IPOs are weird too, though.
Yeah.
You just don't have a lot of, for better or worse, you don't really have a lot of chart history. You don't have many glass walls on something like Lauer.
Right.
That means it can create its own glass wall at any time it wants.
SPY did a little pop there. So some strength coming back into the market. SOGP, I did not take it. It felt, I was trying to pull a VWAP here. It felt like it was up on air. And the only risk level I could potentially risk is this one, 1360, which is a bit tough. SNS going sideways, which is fine. Not going to rush going for it.
Nuke feeling very toppy. Really struggling to break out over that high a day there.
Spy, very nice rip. ASNS.
Asness?
She's trying to take my money.
It just, I just feel like it should be acting stronger than it is. And it's concerning me a little bit.
I agree. As long as it keeps on VWAP, I'm interested still. Moment it stops, though. Donezo for me. HWH one crazy dip and rip there. That was real. Because I remember I was looking at it and I was like, I'm not going to touch this thing. And then straight up.
Don't worry, this isn't just a random guy walking behind me. I'm about to take my computers. Don't worry, I'm not in any danger.
ASNS. Come on.
To say we started talking about that at just about the same time there. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah. Doesn't want my money.
Doesn't want it. Lauer also, it's kind of playing that same game where it's like they're trying not to let it break down, but it's just lower lows, lower highs.
The CWD is still halted. It's crazy.
Is it actually? Whoa.
Yeah, 20 seconds. It should unhalt this time, but.
So this is a double halt?
Yeah.
We're not at a triple yet.
10 seconds it might be.
We'll see.
Yeah, unhalted. Going for the highs. Open just crazy strong. Again, I don't think today's the day, but I mean, that's a pretty impressive spike. And this breakout, if it happens this week, I will be excited and all over this thing.
Well, like I said, I was really looking at this for more of a breakdown scenario than anything today. I know you were too. So the fact that it not only did try to break down, but then recovered as strong as it did, I mean, just crazy sign of strength. So you got to respect it.
Yeah.
Nuke, honestly, stronger than expected too. I gotta give that credit too. That I really thought that would have been kind of near the top when we failed to keep any momentum going, but nice strength. How we got how's Carm looking? Oh, Carm just kind of really died off, huh?
Yeah, a lot of the day one gappers all kind of just faded off. HWH is weirdly the strongest one.
Sometimes the ones you don't expect.
All right, everybody. We apologize. Like we said, we got to be a little quicker here today. But ultimately, I didn't really even get a trade off, and that's fine. Sometimes that happens. Doesn't mean there wasn't some good trades. I know a couple people in the chat nailed Nuke. which is good to see. Bryce, give me the trade funder rundown here, and let's talk about it, because that is, well, the main reason we're here.
Hell yeah, it is. All right, guys. Well, the main rundown on the good old trade funder, for those of you guys that know, listen, it's a fully funded trading account. Doesn't really get a whole lot simpler than that. And as Matt said at the beginning of this, you're going to be getting access to significantly more capital than you're used to if you're trading with a small account. You're getting access to 25 grand, which allows you to take bigger trades. It allows you to take larger position sizes, and ideally, when you're right in a trade, make a lot more money. And it's funny too, because then people are like, well, that doesn't mean you lose more. No, you don't have to lose more. You don't have to take big size either, Really, I think one of the biggest benefits of having a fully funded trading account is actually simply getting past the PDT rule. Like, hands down, plain and simple, one of my favorite things. Because how many times, let me know in the chat, how many times do you have a small account, you take a trade, and you're wrong initially, but then, an hour later, 30 minutes later, sometimes even just like 5 minutes later, you were right. You just can't take the trade again because you only got 3-day trades for the week. It's like, are you going to waste 2 trades on the same ticker? That was one of the biggest pieces of frustration for me when I first started trading. This changes that completely. You can still trade with small size. If you're a good trader, you can trade with bigger size. You're trading through Trade Funder, though, which, again, is a fully funded trading account. They're partnered with T3, which is one of the largest prop firms in the country. Prop firms are basically institutions that allow you to trade their money, which is what Trade Funder's doing. Super cool. Now, because of that, they're going to be taking a profit split. This is actually one of the best in the industry over here at Trade Funder. It's an 80-20 profit split. Now, for those of you guys who are like, well, what do I have to do? You put in $800 plus a $99 platform fee. They give you $25,000 to trade with. So I think it's an incredibly generous profit split compared to the norm. And it's just a really great opportunity for those of you guys, like I said, who are under the PDT rule, who struggled with the issue that I was just talking about, which I know for me was a massive piece of frustration. For those of you guys who honestly are good traders, but you only got $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I mean, listen, the truth is even a $10,000 account really isn't that big. But being able to trade with a $25,000 account, you're getting access to so much more capital. And so if you're already doing a great job, but you need a little bit more capital, boom, shakalaka, this is the place. And again, at a significant discount too. I would mention that it's $800 plus that $99 platform fee. You go over to their regular website, it's $1,400 plus the $99 platform fee. They're betting on us, me and Matt over here at Stocks to Trade, who they partnered with, to help make sure that traders who join Trade Funder are going to be getting the best trading education and have the best chances of succeeding. And I know a lot of you guys show up here every single day learning and really, really putting in the work here. So this is a great opportunity for it. Now, there are some rules. We can kind of go down those quickly, but truth be told, I go over those rules every single day. And you know what the crazy part is? This is going to blow your mind. It's actually right on the website. You don't even need to listen to me say those rules, because not only are the rules listed on the website, the exact details and specifications of each of those rules is listed on there. Now, just as a very, general rundown, I guess. Listen, you're going to have risk management in place. They're not going to let you blow up the full $25,000 account. They're going to make you be a good trader. And I think that's one of the best things that anybody can do, is to make you be a good trader. Because let's be honest, right? One of the biggest issues for a lot of traders is that they just don't make themselves be a good trader. So when you have somebody else kind of acting like that, this is what you need to do, this is how you do it, I personally think that sets you up on a way better path for success than you trying to implement those rules yourself, because a lot of times you're just not going to follow them. Here, you have to. And I think it's one of the best things that it will do for any of your trading here today.
Yeah, I'll jump in. We get a comment almost every day about the $99 platform fee. Look, I'm going to do some math for you. All right. It's $99. There's usually about 20 trading days in a month. It comes out to $5 a day. You have a $100,000 account. If you are going to sit here and tell me I can't make $5 with $100,000 to trade with, I'll save you some time. You're right. It's not for you. Don't do it. I don't know what else to say. I don't even know. Let me do the math here. Divided by 100,000 times 100. That is 0.005%. Okay, if you can't make 0.005% on a trade, you're right. Don't do it. Now, you shouldn't trade with the full account. This is an exaggerated example. But we're talking about $5, all right? And if you're like, hey, Matt, $5 is just not worth it to me to be able to make 1,000. Okay, again, we probably got a different conversation here because that's trading. I don't know what else to say. So the truth is, that came off harsh, but trading with a small account is very difficult. There's no way around that. You can do it. Bryce and I did it. It was frustrating. It took a long time. It was a grind for years to be able to get to an account where we can actually see reasonable gains. This is a way to jumpstart that. And if you're telling me $5 a day is my hurdle to do that, look, I'll go set up a lemonade stand. At the end of my driveway, I can make $5 to pay for my trading account to give myself that opportunity. So, yes, all right, you have to sign up. Yes, there's a platform fee, but the benefits, I don't see in any way, shape, or form how they do not outweigh any cons here. There's nothing perfect in life. There's nothing perfect in trading. But honestly, I think this is probably the best thing that I've seen, especially for new traders.
Without a doubt.
Boom. Nick says most platforms charge that plus more. I agree. It's actually, in my opinion, below the average probably for most platforms, for most anything I use. I don't know if I pay $100 a month. I use DAS a lot, DAS, and I think that's like $200 a month.
Indeed.
Platform. So exactly.
Tripping over dollars to save pennies. Kevin puts it well.
Exactly. Right. Obviously, I'd love if everything was free. I'd love if Trade Funder just said, here, Matt, here's $10 million. Go trade with it. But that's also not reality. All right. We got to prove that you're a good trader. You got to prove that you can go consistently do this and see those gains. And that's the opportunity that you have here today. So I've dropped that link in the chat. I will just drop it one more time. Go click it. That's your discount link. Not only can you get signed up, but you get a discount here today with Stocks to Trade. And it's a new month. If so far this year has not been your year, if August was not your month, it is September. It is the 2nd, not the 1st. It is September. We've got 4 great months left this year. Let's maximize those. And you can do that, in my opinion, getting started right here today with that Trade Funder account. So let's do it. Let's get started. So that link's there. You know what to do. When we leave, go click it. Let's end real quick on this, Bryce. What's your top watch here for the rest of the day? And I'll go through mine as well. And then we'll wish everyone the best of luck.
Funny enough, I actually think my top watch today is Shog P. At least for the, I don't know about an all day thing, but for the remainder of the morning here, what a little trap that was. I like the way that looks a lot. I would have to say that is my top watch for now. Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I might have to go with Open, man. I underestimate Open almost every day. I know Open's been on the top of my watch for a long time, but this is a crazy change up in strength. All right. Almost every day we might creep up and then we die. Today we gap down and just absolutely rip straight up. So again, I don't know if the breakout's going to happen today, but when this breakout does happen, I definitely want to participate. That's going to be, I think, my focus as well. Plus, as I said at the beginning, Trump has a conference at 2 p.m. Eastern. A lot of people are speculating he's going to be talking about housing. So, well, that's what we're looking at here. All right. So appreciate everyone showing up. Bryce, what do you guys say?
I don't know. It's taking me way too long to think of anything. Honestly, go out, when you're done trading today, do 2 things. I want you to do 2 things. Number 1, I want you to review the trades you took so that you can see what you're doing right, see what you're doing wrong, and become a better trader because of it. Number 2, get outside. I'm not saying you need to go out and drive out 7 hours into the middle of nowhere like I did, but there is really something nice about it. I trade my best, and this is no joke, when I'm out here, when I'm out in places like this. And I don't think that's a coincidence. Go and just get outside and smell the fresh air, take a walk. It makes you happier. But you still got to review your trades. I'm not saying it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows, still do the work, but then get out, enjoy the nature, enjoy a fresh breath of air, and come back tomorrow and be ready to do the same exact damn thing tomorrow. That's what I end on. Yeah.
All right, Tuohey.
Chris McCandless. Actually, don't. He died in a van or a school bus. So let's not call me that. But well, you can call me something else. I don't know.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.